Welcome to the English class. Today we'll read the lesson The Rat Trap by Selma Lagerlof. The story The Rat Trap, it deals with the theme that essential human goodness can be awakened through understanding and love. The story is set in the mines of Sweden. So we'll come across certain Swede words in the story. Once upon a time, there was a man who went around selling small rat traps of wire. He made them himself at odd moments from the material he got by begging in the stores or at the big farms. But even so, the business was not especially profitable, so he had to resort to both begging and petty thievery to keep body and soul together. Even so, his clothes were in rags, his cheeks were sunken, and hunger gleamed in his eyes, hunger shone in his eyes. So, once upon a time, there was a man who went around selling small rat traps of wire. He made the rat traps himself from the material that he got by begging in the stores or at the big farms. But even after working so hard, his business was not profitable. So he had to resort to both begging and petty thievery to keep himself alive. His clothes were in rags, his cheeks were sunken, and hunger shone in his eyes. No one can imagine how sad and monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond. Vagabond is a wanderer who moves aimlessly. So, how monotonous life can appear to such a vagabond who plods, who walks slowly along the road, left to his own meditations. A person who just keeps moving aimlessly on the road, lost in his own thoughts. One day, this man had fallen into a line of thought which really seemed to him entertaining. He had naturally been thinking of his rat traps when suddenly he was struck by the idea that the whole world about him, the whole world with its lands and seas, its cities and villages, it was nothing but a big rat trap. So one day while walking along the road, a line of thought came to his mind that this entire world is nothing but a big rat trap. This trap, it had never existed for any other purpose than to set baits for people. It offered riches and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing, exactly as the rat trap offered cheese and pork. And as soon as anyone let himself be tempted to touch the bait, it closed in on him, and then everything came to an end. So this fellow, he started thinking of the world like it was a big rat trap. The material comforts offered by the world were nothing but the baits. As soon as anybody was attracted towards the bait, the trap was closed in on him. The world had, of course, never been very kind to him, so it gave him unwanted, unusual joy to think ill of world in this way. Since the people around him had never been kind to him, so it amused him when he thought ill of others. It became a cherished, a favorite pastime of his during many dreary ploddings. So while walking aimlessly at the roads, this thought became his favorite pastime, the thought that world was nothing but a big rat trap. He was happy to think of people he knew who had let themselves be caught in the dangerous snare, in the dangerous trap, and of others who were still circling around the bait. This rat trap seller was quite happy to think of the people who were already caught in the trap of the world.